I didn't have the ping running. I'm back. I should be back. Do a refresh. Yeah. Mr. Reed turns up and the stream goes off. I think he must be spamming me. My IP address. Anyway, I use Halford's advanced tools for the tools because I can always go and get a replacement for it if one breaks. I do have a lot of snap-on tools as well. They're very expensive, but they also have the same thing. If anything breaks, you just give it back and they'll give you a replacement. So yeah. Stream couldn't handle your load. Wow. Hello again. Yeah, sorry about that. I thought we'd fixed it. Like, I have changed all my DNS servers and everything else. I was hopeful that had fixed the issues, but it would appear not. So I think I need to have a phone call with my ISP this week and see if we can't get that fixed. It's been happening for a couple of months now. It's slightly frustrating. Okay, so this is the Ultim PEI plate. Oops, why am I showing my browser? I wanted to go there instead. Very, very flexible. A very cool material. And it does support, if I get it the right way around, UK ISO. So yeah, that's the plate and PCB we'll be using today. And of course we have the standoffs as well. As well as that, we also have a few things in here. Let's have a look in the packets. Oh, I just realized the thing will have stopped working. But anyway, we should be back now. We have our gaskets and O-rings, which we'll be adding to it shortly. SWG rubber will start on Monday. We have more gasket types, and of course we have ribbon cables and other bits and pieces as well. I think that's everything. Yeah. So we have all of those. We also have a USB-C cable, which we won't be using, so I'll leave that in here. And then we also have this, which is a screwdriver. And again, I'll just be using my own screwdrivers, but it does come with a screwdriver should you need one. And then here we have the board. And it's this lovely pink color. So this is the board. It has got the, not a knob, but a roller in the top, which is absolutely stunning. And it's really nicely knurled. Take out the pieces of plastic in the bottom so you can see what the actual
incredible.
There we go. Yippee, thank you so much for the follow as well. This is all aluminium. That base is aluminium, but it looks like brass or copper. It isn't. Catchball mechanism, which we'll take apart in a few seconds to have a look at. And then here's the base. Nice and pink, pretty cool, very, very interesting to look at. Can the roller be pressed? No, it's just left and right rolling. Actually, it doesn't have a press function. It doesn't have a rock side to side function, it just has a rolling function. And it uses these pins at the bottom here, pogo pins, to connect. In there. Let's take the case off and have a look. And you can see it has these pop-up pins here for the roller that are spring-loaded. And they connect into the base onto this pad here, so you need to make sure that's nice and clear. Force breaker standard already in the case, just like that, and then of course the rollerball connectors too, and then these pillars in the corner for alignment. So there we go. It's pretty interesting. In terms of the top case as well, there's a couple of other things I did want to call out. It does have this really nice front cherry-esque lip across the front. It's quite wide. I think it'd be nice if it was a little bit thinner. But you can see that it starts on this corner. And then just on the edge here, you'll see there's a little hip that gives you this slight curvature here. Just under the curvature, there's like a straight line. There's a nice little hip. That's on both sides, which is really nice too. Just a nice little detail to see. And then this has got the matching color for the base plate as well. What's the purpose of the diagonal cut? Do you know what? I'm not actually sure. This diagonal line in here, I'm not actually sure. I think I'm going to suspect it's to push out the ring here for the LEDs on the underglow. I don't know if this board particularly comes with it, but I know some of them do. So I suspect it's to push out that. That's exactly what it looks like, but I'm not 100% certain. And it has got a slight defect on this unit just there. That hole there is really poorly milled. That second hole. First hole here, second hole there. So yeah, I'm not 100% certain what that line's for, but I suspect that that's what it's for. Very thin material in that place though. But yeah, that's the board. And then of course you have the bottom sheet, which we're going to slide in. Which is going to sit just like so. And then top case will go on top when we're ready to install. This piece will go underneath the PCB. Sorry, underneath the switches on the plate. But we're not going to use that today. So just leave it there. Right. Struggling to stay awake. Good night, everyone. Hope everyone enjoys the stream. Night, dude. Okay. Right. Okay. The next job then is for you guys to choose some switches. I hope we've got a friendly mod who can set up a poll for us. If a mod can just give us a little nudge in chat saying they're ready for to do a poll, I'll show you guys what switches we've got a choice of today. So first up, we have cheesecakes. Cheesecakes are a great switch. These are in stock. All the switches we're going to use today are in stock on the website. Thank you, Dimatech. So first one is cheesecakes. This is switch number 1 that we have an option for. Option number 2 is Gatorade chocolate smoothies, a light tactile, which is really nice as well. So a strong tactile, a light tactile. Then we have a switch which will match for aesthetics, which is cherry petal switches, a nice linear switch. And then finally, we have Gateron L'Orange switches, tried and true Gateron L'Orange switches. All of these switches are stock, they've not been modded, they've not been tweaked, they've not been changed. Those are going to be the 4 types of switches, and there'll be a poll up in just a second that Demotex is going to post that will enable you guys to pick which switches we've been using in the build today. Okay. So, whilst we're doing that, I'm just going to get out a cloth and we are going to lubricate some stabilizers today. That is the keyboard that we're building. It should be really nice. Right, the other thing I've been doing as well is I've actually been printing out new trays and tools. So printing out these trays and printing out all of the individual little boxes ready for going in my new drawers if we manage to move house. So I have those for that, and then I've actually started to sort out all of my stabilizers as well. So I also have this, which is basically full of 6U wires, 6.25U wires, 7U wires, 2U wires in silver or black and gold. I do have some 3U wires as well, screws, washers, all sorts of different stuff, and a whole pot of Night V4s, which are in stock as well on the website, and you can pick them up. We are going to use Night V4 stabilizers in this build. So I'm just going to get that little bit out there. And how we're going to build this today is we're going to build it with ISO enter and full backspace, so we need 2 stabilizers there. We only have one choice for the spacebar, which I think is 6.25U. Yes, so we're going to build with that, and we're going to split left shift, so we only need 3 stabilizers for this build. Yeah, I've got like 20 of these trays printed out now. I've got another 10 or so that I need to print out too. So we need 3 stabilizers. Let's get 6 housings. And 6 inserts. Don't forget, guys, you can vote on which switches you want to see me use, and I'll just grab a pack of screws as well. And then in my tool one, which is now stuck because I've got too much weight in it, I will have everything I need here. still have a switch puller, because we're going to need that. And a keycap puller. And we have my lead pen as well. There we go. So this is ModuBox from Alexander Chappelle, who's a YouTuber, and he's very, very talented. And I'm a big fan. Don't forget you'll need a keycap set with one new shift support. Oh yeah, because this has got the weird orientation here. We will figure it out. We will figure it out. We might not be able to use a shift key for it, but we will figure it out. Just checking in, packing for tomorrow's crop event and fitting the privacy screens you remind me of. Nice, dude. Pedal switches are great yettering. If you haven't tried them, I do recommend trying them. I've got them in a couple of boards now, and they're pretty nice. Especially once they're broken in and you lube them up nicely. They're really good. And have a safe trip tomorrow, Super Hands. I hope you do. I hope you have a good time. Okay, how's the switches poll doing? Okay, interesting. Interesting that that's what you guys are voting for. I also need to chase up Omnitype actually this week and figure out where our next batch of lube pens are, because we've got 105 grade 0 pens, which I'm really excited to use on some switches. But yeah, just gonna get these lubricated nicely. It's nice to see more and more HE compatible boards on all ends of the price spectrum. Yeah, I mean, I think for most people, Hall effect doesn't have too much of a difference in terms of usability and function, but it's nice to have. I think it's nicer that we're seeing so many more boards supporting EC as well, and Dynacap's doing a massive job for that, doing a lot of heavy lifting on that front too, which is really nice as well. And I think I'm really excited to do Dynacap versions of the J series too, which would be lovely. I finally offer official EC support in them. What's the difference between stabilizers you get with a keyboard and ones you can buy? Rob, quality. So for the sake of 15 quid to buy some Night V4 stabilizers, which is what these are, it's night and day different. I think it's worth it for everyone to buy a set of Night V4s for their build. They tend to have better tolerances, nicer materials. Of course, when manufacturers are designing keyboards to like sell as kits, they're trying to, I'm not saying they cut corners, but they're trying to make a product that makes them a bit of money as well. Like obviously they have to make a profit, so they don't always use the best components when it comes to screws or to stabilizers. So you can absolutely get a better product on the market if you want. And my go-to right now is the Night V4s. I have a lot of different stabilizer parts that I've tried over the years, and these are some of the best. So, I mean, the best stabilizer is no stabilizer, because they're never going to be great. But these are some of the best out there. Much easier to tune fancy stabs than average ones. Yeah, absolutely it is. A lot of the pre-built boards out there come with really bad stabs too. Okay, so I'm just going to lightly lubricate the sides of these. And then we can get these installed. Oh no, the poll's gone. Which switches won the polls, guys? I didn't see which switches won the poll. Was it the cheesecakes? Let me find that poll. It was cheesecakes. Okay, cheesecakes won by a considerable margin. Okay, I thought they had then. I just wanted to double check. Other than the odd board that had plate mounted stabs, I've never used the stabs that came with the board. I have sometimes on build streams just to see how they are more than anything. And I've never had any really bad stabs, but I do prefer putting some nice ones in there if I can. Okay, that's those all nicely lubricated. Now it's time to install them into the PCB. So we're going to install ISO Enter first of all. Okay, these actually feel like they're going to be quite tight. There we go. Perhaps not, perhaps it was just a user error, Jay. I'll get some screws ready. I'm just going to take the washer, put the washer over the screw, put the screw on our screwdriver, and then we're just going to flip over the PCB and install the screws. And remember, you just want to go finger tight and then a quarter of a turn more, and that's now all nicely seated. And we're just going to go around and do the next one, and then move on to the other stabilizers as well. Does the hot swap socket foul the screw and screw stabs? Mango Cubes is having issues with the PCB. Not for ISO so far that I found. Like it's really close on the ISO Enter to a couple of LEDs, like here, but it's okay there. But there's a little bit of clearance. There's a little bit of tolerance. I think we're okay. We'll see how we get on with the backspace. What would your hopes for the more budget GMK offerings? Dysub Cherry, Dysub MT, and use some new profile. It was just a passing comment in a conversation, Coney. So I think you're reading far too much into it. I don't know if they will. It was just something that they suggested that they might be looking at. And of course, I think everyone would be expecting all companies to be looking at stuff like that. What other products can we offer? That's something that all companies are going to ask themselves. What do our customers actually want? So it's not something I have any insider knowledge of, other than a conversation where it was mentioned that they were looking at it. So I have no idea what that will take, even if they'll do it or not. I don't know. So please don't go telling people that I've said that they're definitely doing it, because I don't know if they are. I just know it's something that they considered. And I think it'd be remiss of anyone to think that companies aren't considering doing new things with stuff like that. Like, companies are always considering what new products they can do, where they can reduce cost and overhead, and where they can increase, increase revenue, increase customer uptake, all of that kind of stuff. It's absolutely something that GMK will do. They've probably also considered higher end keycaps, like significantly more expensive keycaps as well. I'd imagine that Signature Plastics have done the same, considered cheaper keycaps and significantly more expensive keycaps to see if there's something in that market too that they want to capture. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with like having like a premium and then a lower tier. You know, a lot of car manufacturers do that. A lot of other companies do the same as well. My hopes would just be that they make sure that the product's good quality for the price point they're aiming at. I feel so free since I gave up from ISO. I still like to build ISO where I can, and this is all looking pretty nice now. Clearance was fine on all of these as well. There's no issues with clearance on the screws here, and no issues on the clearance on the screws down here either. That one's pretty close to the Bluetooth connectivity module, but it's fine with the washer in place, so we're all good. Right, now it's time to install some switches. So I'm going to grab my plate fork and grab the cheesecakes, and then we can start to get this assembled. On the last Meltrix board, the advice was to install Enter Stab before the Shift Stab to avoid a clash. Oh, really? Okay. I don't think I've ever experienced that. I assume that's only on ANSI because it's the horizontal one. Perhaps it's similar on this one, I don't know. So just going to start off with the bottom row here. Just install the switches. Well, the shift row, I said the bottom row, it's the shift row. And we're just going to come around this side and install across the bottom. More premium than CYL and MT new. Sure, there's always more expensive materials to use. I know at least one manufacturer is considering bringing back PPS keycaps, which were exceptionally cool back in the day and still are, although they're much rarer than they used to be. So there's always more exotic materials to use in any manufacturing process if you want to. If the market's there for it, I'm sure they'll consider it. PPS, yeah. They were made by, I think it was a vendor on Keyboard Mania, which is from Korea, in 2016, 2017. They are plastic, but they sound like ceramic or metal when you jingle them. I do have a set somewhere. I've had them on stream before. They're very, very cool keycaps, and I don't think anyone else in the UK has them actually. I think they were very, very limited. They came in two colorways. There was a brown colorway, which I don't own, but I did at one point, and then there was a black colorway as well. But I do know at least two different manufacturers have talked about using that material for keycaps going forwards. Whether that will actually happen or not, will depend on their testing and their internal stuff, but it would be nice to see it come back. Got to fill up some PPS, nice. I'll make sure I've got some out at Keyboards and Coffee. It's a really cool material because it sounds like ceramic, it doesn't sound like plastic. But it is plastic. I do have a full black set, including ISO, yeah. Which was, I think they only made 10 sets with ISO in black and 10 sets with ISO in brown. You had to pay extra to get a 7U spacebar as well. I remember that. But if that comes back, you better believe we'll be selling it. I'll make sure that we are absolutely selling it because I love that material. It's such a great material. You can't tell it's different material from the look, no, you just from the sound. I'll see, let me finish putting the switches in here and I'll see if I can go find them very quickly. If I can, maybe we'll add them to the list of options for keycaps today. Okay, if you guys have got any questions for me about anything keyboard related or anything else, please do ask away. I like to stay engaged with chat and not just get lost in the build of the keyboard. And like Rue did earlier on, I do like to give out free desk mats to good questions as well. So yeah, I mean, quite a few people have got different profiles that they want to promote. I know Mateo's done 6 profiles now, 6 profiles. So with PFF coming out very soon. So yeah, but it takes a lot of time and dedication to develop a profile. If you had to lose a finger to save a life, which finger would you lose? Probably my little finger. I don't use my little fingers for anything really. I don't even use them for typing really. I could lose my little fingers and be okay, I think. Yeah, the fork is it's called a plate fork. You push it in, and the idea is that the plate can't flex down where you're pushing the switches in. It's exactly the right thickness between the plate and the PCB. Because sometimes if you push a switch in without any support behind it, the plate will just drop down to the PCB and touch it, and then you're trying to support it and lift it up in different ways. The plate fork just helps you navigate that a little bit better. I think we've still got plate forks in stock, but if not, we'll be restocking them later on this year as well. It's just one of those tools that's really nice to have lying around. And then we get to somewhere like here, it's a little bit more awkward to fit it in. Beige is also always a good question to answer the questions. Oh, what colour should I put on my gunmetal board? Yeah, great. Beige is always great. Or white on black, black and white. It depends, dude. Whatever colours you like. Whatever colours you like. I wish more PBS sets were coming to life, especially due to their low cost. There is always new Penguin Belly Slide sets coming. I think we've done 7 or 8 different sets now, maybe even more. Maybe it's closer to 10 sets actually. So there's always some coming out. Okay, test switch is all installed. There is the pour and dampener kit, but I decided not to use any of the pour on today. I just wanted to build it without the pour on, see how it goes. We don't need that piece like that. Okay, so next question is how do we want to mount this? I think there's a few different mounting methods we could go for. But what I'm actually really tempted to do is just to go with the little bump on type ones. I do like them. DCS is what I want to see more of in possibly different plastics. You can get it in 2 plastics, double shot ABS or Dysub PBT. Those are the only options. So this way we're going with a plate mount bump on. There are O-rings that we can put across here if we wanted to mount on O-rings and have stretched O-rings and things like that, but we'll just go for these as an option today. I tend to prefer a plate mount if I can do it. Yeah, don't mention Superworld. I know about Superworld. Everyone tells me about Superworld. Yeah, Superworld is in group buy right now. Okay, so next job is to now align the ribbon cable into the PCB. So we're just going to flick up the little tab here. There's like a little tab on the ribbon cable just there that we're going to lift up. I'm going to slide the ribbon cable in and then we'll close the tab. And this is where I often struggle on stream because of the lights. Okay. Okay, well, the batteries must already be turned on because everything has lit up as soon as I connected it. And then we're just going to rest it on the little mounts. There we go. And that's looking pretty nice and pretty neat. Let's get the top case on. That compresses everything together, and you can see this LED on the base. It's now lit up in a nice red colour. Gives a nice underglow effect. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's connect this via cable and see if we can test it first, and then we'll grab some keycaps for it. Let's open up Switch Hitter and make sure everything is working. So we have ISO, 88 key ISO, that'll do. So escape 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 dash backspace, all looking good there. Looking good, enter's good, that's good, caps lock's good. All looking good here. Oh. Both of those are reporting a shift, but the keys are working, so that's fine. We can fix that in the software later on. And all working there as well. I'm going to assume that's an FN key, and it is because it's giving us F key. So there we go. So everything works, everything looks good, which means it's time to choose some keycaps. It does support via yes. They use ribbon in the Dyna support 8K polling. Maybe similar here as a case of support HE2. Yeah, I think the idea is that it'll support HE with different options. So yeah. Right, let's see if I can find the key code to turn off the lights so we can put some keycaps on this. What was the key code to turn off RGB backlights? It is on the sheet, I know it will be. Oh, that's not in English, that's all in. There we go. Wireless operation, sleep time switch, lighting control. FN and down. Oh, maybe we keep that one up actually. Backlight brightness. Backlight on and off. FN. Oh, it's gone off. There we go. We've got it. We've got it. Does it support via? It does. Yeah. As far as I know, it supports via. It says via on the guide anyway, so I'm assuming it does. Right. There we go. So we managed to turn the backlighting off through trial and error. But that looks pretty good, right? The cheesecakes do look really nice in it. Pretty tasty. Conito says, did you join the TP1 by any chance? I was curious about them, but ended up joining, and the communication from those not the greatest from what I've heard. No, I didn't. With the Winter Olympics coming up, is there an event you'd like to take part in? Snowboarding, slalom, curling, or Jay the Eagle in ski jumping? I don't think I'd be good at that, but I did used to play ice hockey when I was a kid. So I'd like to think I'd be okay at some sort of skating. I mean, I haven't been ice skating in 20 years, but I imagine I could still skate relatively okay. I imagine I could, maybe not slide stops and things, but yeah, if I had to pick anything, it would probably be that. With added pogo connection for the volume dial, but not for the main PCB. Yeah, I think it's, as Bazooka says, for the 8K polling. I think that'll be why. But yeah, looking good. Right, ice skate stream, maybe one day, maybe one day. Maybe we should do like a PT day out where we go ice skating. Everyone can come to PT HQ, have coffee in the morning, and then we go down to Bradford Ice Rink and maybe rent out the rink for the day or something. Who knows? Get a little minibus. That could be quite fun. Right, let me go grab some. In fact, let's do a poll for keycaps that we're going to select. And whilst you guys are selecting the keycaps, I'll try and find the PPS keycaps that we talked about earlier on. So, if we could have another poll up, please, Mr. Thematex. We have 3 choices for keycaps today. We have GMK Modern Materials Stone, which will go really nicely with the Ultim plate and is a really good match for this. That's the first option. The second option is GMK Olivia, the standard colorway when it comes to pink keys. I'm hoping there's a full set in here. I haven't actually checked. Yeah, there should be a full set in there. I've seen some alpha keys, so that's the second option. And then the third option, something with a bit of pink and a bit of brightness. And again, I'm hoping that this is a full set, which should be, is GMK Vaporwave. Modern Materials Stone is the first one. Modern Materials, Stone, GMK Olivia, or GMK Vaporwave. Those are the 3 choices. And we'll see what you guys pick in the poll. Whilst you guys are doing that and the poll is going live, I'm just going to see if I can find the PPS keycaps that Connie talked about. So I feel like the rest of this set must be on a keyboard somewhere. But this is PPS keycaps. Now, I'm going to show you this, and it's going to look like a keycap. Looks like a keycap. They're all blanks. There's not legends on them. It's just blank. But what I want you to listen to is, if I get this and I shake it near the mic, it sounds like plastic, right? If I take this and shake it near the mic, sounds very different. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? How it sounds different? Whereas this doesn't sound like that. I'm dropping it in there. Listen. No, these are plastic. These are not like Orkey's metal keycaps. These are plastic. These are PPS. These were a really rare set that ran a few years ago. I do have the ISO kit for it as well. Yeah. So there was only one manufacturer that made them back in the day. And yeah, I think the rest of the set must be on a keyboard somewhere because there's not enough keys in there to do a whole bass set. So they must be on a keyboard somewhere. But yeah, PPS keycaps, really, really good. I'm gonna have a look at my drawer, see if I can find what board they're on actually. Because if I can find out what board they're on, I can show you what they sound like. If they're even on a board. Okay, whatever keyboard they're on, they're not in that cabinet. They must be somewhere else, but yeah. Can you try the space bar with that set on the Zoom? Yeah. I think it's the wrong size actually. I think it's the, this is a 7U space bar, I think. Yeah, so that's 7U. The 6.25U must be on whatever keyboard that they're on, I think. Unless that's, is that one? Sounds like a space bar. Sounds quite nice actually. Box shake is evil, but clinking them together is nice. Yeah, they are really, really nice. Such a cool plastic. Such a cool plastic. You have a tool shelf, just put your keyboards. Yeah, these are massive A0 size drawers. They're huge. And if I go to here, like I keep my keyboard collection in these. Yeah, they're just full. They're hugely deep drawers. Like the drawers come out way farther than that as well, actually. That's the full extent of them. But like it's like full like depth. And I can't reach the back of the drawer. They're huge. Spent a lot of money. They weren't that expensive. I think it was about £2,500 for the cabinets, but they were custom made. So yeah. What keycap sets are you picking anyway? Okay, so Vaporwave and Olivia are really, really close to each other. What's going to win? Because there's only a few seconds left. That's interesting. I'll give Vaporwave a vote to help out. It's really close. You run out of points. Olivia wins. Nice. Nice. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. Zoom, get it? And let's get some keycaps on this board. I'm gonna go with the pink 6.25U spacebar because I think it looks nice. Don't need any large shift keys. We might struggle in this area today. We'll figure out what we're doing though when we get there. So I think I'll use the ISO enter that's pink as well, just because. Why not? Caps that we're using stepped caps. Control we need 1.25Us. Arrows we need to put in place as well. I do have the UK ISO kit for this, but I don't know if the keys are in here or not, so we'll see as we get through. Don't need that shift, don't need that delete. We have to play read if J's set doesn't have a 1U shift. I don't know if this is the version that does or not, and if it does, I'm not sure if I've got it in this set. I think I've got UK ISO in here, but I'm not 100% certain, so we'll see as well. I'm having to think about this at the minute because, yeah, there's. I might need to leave some of the 1U R4 keys out actually, just to make sure we've got enough to cover this bottom row, because it is slightly unusual. There's a 1U code key there. Oh, we do have the UK ISO keys. Look. Maybe we can keep that out, actually, the R4 key. So, CVBN. Oh wait, that's in the wrong place. That should be there. Yeah, okay. There we go. I'm just going to leave keys here for this area just to give myself options, because we all love options. First time seeing the Zoom64, it's nice. It's genuinely lovely to look at. It's a really nice board. I'm excited to see what it looks like when it comes out properly and we start to get some sales through for it. Like see what options people are picking and all that kind of stuff. I think it'll be a really good introduction for people to start with 60. If you've never tried a 60 before, this will be a great first choice to try out. Oh, I have two UK ISO keys in this one. I think I've had multiple Olivia sets over the years and they've just slowly got merged into one, so let's keep that to one side and then I can fix that later. Watch, I'll have loads of keys missing from this set in a second, and there won't be enough keys to get the board fitted out with all of the legends. And I'll have to go dig around and find the other keycap set. I'm starting to get nervous that is absolutely the case as well here, because I am running out of keys. Oh no. Jay, what have you done? What have you done, Jay? Have you mixed up two keycap sets? I'm having a senior moment. Yeah, there's another set of UK ISO keys here. Look. Oh yeah, so this is where it's, yeah, because to keep the right stagger, it's a 1U shift key there. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's figure out where we're up to. Okay, right. So now we need to figure out the shift situation for there. I don't think I have the 1U shift key in this, but let's put a code key there. And we need 2 1U shift keys. It's got to have 2 1U shift keys. I don't have 2 1U shift keys, so let's just use the Olivia hearts with 2s as shift keys, because there we go. That's good. Yeah. And then for the bottom row, I'm lost what to use. I should have kept more keys out for the bottom row. Let's use an end and a heart key. There we go. It'll do for now. It'll do for now. But there we go. That is GMK Olivia on the Zoom64 in ISO layout. Looking pretty good. Did they kill right shift? No, it's there as right shift. Should have a PPS 1U blank key on it. I may have wanted to have Olivia handy. The other set of Olivia is over there on the table, dude. It's not this set. Is there another round of Olivia in the works? Not that I'm aware of, but it'd be nice for it to come back. Would be nice for it to come back. First time the Zoom64, it's nice. Yeah, it's really nice. It looks really great from a side profile perspective as well. Just this angle here, the lighting underneath, this red light that you can see underneath is really nice. And then there's like a little hip here that you can see in the shadow. It's super, super nice. You need a 1.25 control win alt on the left side, 1U alt and 1U FN on the right side. Yeah, I think we've got a close enough set out. R4 delete, okay. Didn't the simpler 60 come in a 64 key? Yes. Right shift and left shift are here and here. Might spoil you though as you get used to having arrow cluster on a 6%. Yeah, maybe. I tend to have it on FN and then on WAS and D, but yeah. Dedicated arrows don't compensate the ruined R4 stagger. Yeah, so you have to have the stagger's not quite right here because it's even rather than the Z key being a quarter of a unit over a little bit more. You need 2 1U shifts. What keycap set would have 2? I mean, you're going to have to use something else, surely, right? Jay may actually finish the stream early. I don't think so. There is no written shift. Yeah, I mean, like I've just gone for the 2 heart keys, like just like that. Should we see what it sounds like? Because I'm hoping this sounds really good. I do like a PEI plate sometimes, but not all the time. So let's see how it sounds. Cheesecakes feel fantastic. It's all quite nice. I mean, it sounds like cheesecakes. It's a bit clackier at this end, but it's nice here. Pretty nice keyboard. I know I struggled when I was doing the typing test a second ago with the offset stagger. Like, I was really struggling with that. I could tell there was some mishit key presses, and I was pressing like right on the edge of the keycap, like here and here. I was pressing almost in between. So I imagine that if this had been live, it would have been quite a significantly poor typing test. But it is beautiful. It does look great. I think this is going to be a really good middle ground. I think anyone who's been in keyboards for a long time is probably not going to enjoy the layout, but I think if you're a newcomer to custom keyboards and you want to try out 60%, I think that this is going to be a really strong contender because you can get used to this layout quite quickly. I think it's only people who've been in the hobby for a long time that are not going to like this layout. I think when people start to look at it from a aesthetics perspective, it is a really pretty keyboard. The 1 U shifts is going to be an issue for some people, I think. And it's a shame they don't have an option for a default standard 60% layout. That'd be quite nice too. But I think it's really good. If they ditch the knob, no, I like the knob. I like the knob. That's quite nice for just you know, volume up and down. I quite like that. That's nice. Made it a normal wing keyless 60. I mean, I do like wing keyless. I do like wing keyless 60s. But you can't have arrows with a wing keyless 60. Made the PCB sit a tad lower, it'd be nice. And PCB sits pretty low. It's pretty low in there. It's, you know, it can't get much lower because it's almost touching components. I can't. It's really hard to show you, but it is like, oh, there you can see the components they're only maybe a millimeter out. Like I can probably make that bottom out. Yeah, that's bottoming out there. So you can't really go much lower with the PCB because you'd be getting really thin at this sort of area here and this sort of area here. It's probably about as low as they can go, but it's nice. Many people go with what's compatible with the routing version. Maybe, yeah, maybe. I think it's nice. I think it's a pretty good layout, and it's dead easy to change out the build for it as well. I think it's pretty cool. I think if I was picking up a 60 right now, would it be this? Personally, no, it'd probably be the Gihun. But I think this is a great keyboard. This is going to be cheap. This is going to be half the price of the Gihun. I think it's a pretty good buy. And if you're already in the Zoom ecosystem, it is very, very pretty to look at. Like, this is all milled ridges. Hint, hint, oblique pre-order. Yeah, you know, the oblique and the Gihuns, yeah. There we go. Right, okay. The only other thing I was going to show you guys, which I will show you, but I don't have time to do now because we were a bit later than I planned on being, is the RGB is nice. It's really, really nicely done. Oblique is great, but as Jay says, it's in a different price bracket. Yeah, the oblique should be arriving next week, whenever the container arrives. Is a clock that I'm building. I'm going to get it and show you guys because I want to show you what the problem I'm experiencing is and how I'm going to fix it. So this is a clock kit that I bought off of some Chinese website a while back. And how it works is you have a series of stacked acrylic here, vertically stacked, so it sits this way. And depending on what LED is lit up, you see in here there's LEDs, horizontally mounted. Depending on what LED is lit up, it will light up the edge of the acrylic and it will highlight the letter that's on it. Now, oh sorry, the digit that's on it. Now all of these have just been made on a laser cutter, and as you can see, the number, you can see it from this side because it's clear, is just laser etched in as a single line. What I want to do, I think that's going to look shit, being quite frank. What I want to do is I want to actually make my own version of these and make them on the laser cutter, where I actually etch in a really nice design for each number. So this is a 9, but or maybe a 6, it'd be the same either way. But like numbers through 0 to 9 and create like a little acrylic thing that I can cut on the laser cutter downstairs. So I don't have time to do it today, unfortunately, because I think it's going to take about an hour in CAD to get them all set up and aligned nicely and decide how I want to do the fonts and things like that. But I am going to make this, and I'm probably going to stream it on Thursday where I do it. And what I'll try and do on Thursday is actually a split stream, where the first half of the stream will be how I design this in CAD and how I get it set up ready to go on the laser in a bit of software called Lightburn I use. And then the second half of the stream, I'll end the stream and start a new stream, and I'll go downstairs and actually do a workshop stream like we used to in the old days, and stream me actually using the laser cutter to make the parts. That's what I'll try and do. So if that sounds interesting, if you kind of fancy being in the workshop rather than just in the office, come and check out the stream on Thursday, because that's what we're going to do. About 12 o'clock noon time, 2 hours-ish, what we're going to stream for. An hour designing, an hour making. And I can show you guys how we take a file like this, or an idea like this, and make it something physical and tangible. And then we can finish the build off, and we can assemble the rest of the clock and disassemble all this, and then reassemble it with some nice new shine through numbers. But that's the plan. I mean, it's a clock. This is designed to be a clock, so it's designed to have the hours, the minutes, and the seconds. So having text on it, prototype, this is probably not going to be a great thing. And the other thing as well is that we have to keep in mind that we don't want the front ones to make the back numbers harder to see. So if you're looking through a lot of frosted effect, for example, it's going to make it quite difficult. But I actually have the idea that instead of having all of the numbers centered, I kind of want to have them laid out in like a pattern. So they might go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're smaller but much more visible. So yeah, so that's the plan. So yeah, so not going to do letters, but you could theoretically make one that was 26 letters deep, but you'd struggle to see through 26 layers of acrylic. Like 9 layers of acrylic, not so difficult, but yeah. I hope my transfer is done arrives at time so I can use the stream discount, bloody PayPal. Fingers crossed, dude. Can't wait to see the illuminated. Yeah, I mean the whole thing needs. In fact, I can probably show you if I plug it in. I haven't even tried it yet. I don't even know if it works. Well, I thought that was USB-C. It's not. Can you see that in there? Hold on. Let me hold it down here and zoom the camera in fully. I thought that this was USB-C. It is not. That's USB micro. So I even need to find a cable for it. Let me see if I've got one to hand. I do. It came with a cable. But yeah, this was just a cheap clock kit off of AliExpress or something, I think I could make my own version of this much nicer off the same circuit board. Okay, this is not the longest cable in the world, so we'll see if it's gonna, like, it's only gonna reach to here, so I'll see if I can get so you can see it's set on the 0 and 6. It doesn't really show up very well, but that is on 0, 6. So you can see the 0 is really clearly lit up. I think you can see the 6 is lit up as well, but it's RGB. Hold on, let me turn off the stream lights. I can't turn off the stream lights. Let me turn off one of the stream lights manually. There you go. So you can kind of see there how the 2 is, and now 3. So it's just the LED lighting up the edge, but I think I can do it better. So I don't want to be staring through all of the numbers. Like, you can see all of the numbers are there. Now it's on 4. What I want to actually do is have it so that all of the numbers are offset. So they show in different places depending on where it's at. Well, the 5 shows up nice and clearly. But they're going to get, like, the 6 will be further back, and the 7 will be further back, and the 8 will be further back. Oh, it's on. That's for the seconds, you see. So, yeah. I think it's about 50 or 60 quid. I don't think it was massively expensive. Like, yeah, you can kind of see it there. It's not like it's much clearer in real life than it is on screen. But I don't want to be looking. I think part of the problem where you can't see the 6 here is because you're looking through so many different etchings. So I want to kind of like offset them so there is nice and clear like the 0 is here. That's kind of what I want to do. But yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll come up with an idea and a design, and we'll have it on stream on Thursday, which is when I'll walk you guys through how we do all of that, which will be nice and fun. Be really fun. But I don't think it was particularly pricey. I think it was pretty cheap. I can't remember where I got it from. Do I still have the... No, I don't. Oh, I've got the weirdest email giving me the instructions and the manual. But, yeah. Okay. There is also backlighting apparently on it, but I haven't figured that out yet. So, yeah. That's it. Right then, guys. Thank you so much for watching the stream tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you really enjoyed the Zoom65. Came out really, really nice. The LEDs on the bottom looking really cool. I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy. Very, very pretty keyboard. We'll give it a try on the desk for a couple of days, I think, and see how it goes. But thank you so much for watching. I'm going to head off now and get home because I've got to be up early in the morning. I have to go pick Mel up tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you guys again soon. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you later. Take care.